Last weekend, I volunteered to help my Uncle Joe move into his new house. Everything seemed perfectly normal at first. Boxes labeled kitchen, bathroom, and living room were stacked neatly in the truck, and we were making good progress. But then I noticed a peculiar box labeled doorknobs. Intrigued, I asked Uncle Joe about it, and he casually replied, "Oh, those are just some of the doorknobs I've collected over the years." I laughed it off, thinking he was joking, but when we got to the new house, I realized he wasn't. As we started unpacking, Uncle Joe began installing his collection of doorknobs all over the house. Now, I'm not talking about just replacing the existing ones. He added extra doorknobs to every door, on cabinets, drawers, and even on the bathroom mirror. I couldn't help but chuckle every time I saw a new knob pop up in the most unlikely places. But then, things took a turn for the bizarre when Uncle Joe, with a serious look on his face, announced he was going to install a doorknob on the refrigerator. I watched in disbelief as he meticulously measured, drilled, and attached a shiny brass doorknob right in the middle of the fridge door. "Uncle Joe," I asked, "why on earth would you put a doorknob on the fridge?" He looked at me like I was the one acting strange and said, "To keep the leftovers secure, of course." That was the moment I realized this was more than just a quirky hobby. It was a full-blown obsession. By the end of the day, every object in his house had been secured with a doorknob, and I was left to ponder the surreal scene before me. Just as I was about to leave, Uncle Joe handed me a doorknob as a parting gift. "You never know when you might need one," he winked. As I walked out the door, I couldn't help but laugh and think, well, at least now I finally understand why he calls his house the doorknob and cabin.